Welcome back to another video on one of the world's most expensive free-to-play games. This week we've got the build that no one asked for, the Eldritch Knight, the EK, Sork, 1811, one favoured soul, one fighter. How good? Let's go. So, it's all about synergy, right, when you're making builds, and this levelling process, what I've done is, I've played a PDK, and as you guys would know, being, avid DDO players, is that PDK gets charisma to hit and damage for like long swords, great swords, some other swords, and so that's really easy. Just grab a two-handed weapon, charisma hit and damage, max charisma, max con, maybe a little bit of strength for the two-handed fighting line if that's your jam, but you don't even need it. You can just run on in and just smash stuff with your spells, and here you go, boom. That's the Eldritch Knight tier 5 thing that does heaps of damage, and I recommend that for leveling. It's just every 30 seconds, kill a pack of mobs, run to the next pack, and on you go, free XP all day. And yeah, obviously running in R1, I need heals. So get some potions, get a healing, do whatever you got to do. It's very easy, in my opinion. And yeah, here we are, just banging around, blowing stuff up again. Big pack of mobs, use your boosts, and spin like a ballerina. There we go, check that out. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, big AoE dips. It's like using spells, but instead of spells, you're using your sword. So in reality, you could probably just use spells if you're playing a sorcerer, considering that sorcerers actually get bonuses to their spell damage. They don't really get many bonuses to like melee weapons and shit, right? Get a couple of imbue dice. Imbue dice are kind of handy, bit of extra free damage there. Your DCs for your spells kind of suck because you don't take any spell focuses. However, your spell DCs are based on your charisma, so they're serviceable in R1 leveling. There was a couple of times there where I would use like fireball into like a lightning bolt and then use my big, ballerina spin attacks and I'm good to go. 3 XP all day. At this stage you're probably thinking, but what enhancement trees are you using to level, JK DDO? And basically it's just the Eldritch Knight, a couple into the Falconry, Vistani and the Racial Tree. It doesn't take too much for leveling. I think the big thing is getting just to sort of shadows. It's such a busted fucking item. It has been busted since like 2007 when it came out or whatever. And it just makes leveling so easy. So if you can get into Von 5, Von 6, grab one of those Swords of Shadows, you just be doing past lives every day. I don't know a better weapon for leveling with. I honestly don't. I can't think of one. If anyone knows one that's better than the Sword of Shadows, like hit me up, let me know. But yeah, it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. I kind of suffered because when you are leveling, you don't need to like take the two-headed fighting feats if you don't plan on using two-headed fighting at cap, right? So my strike through was pretty low and all that jazz, but it didn't really matter too much because I'm just a fucking destroyer. Now, when it comes to EK, I don't know. I feel like they're a bit of an identity crisis kind of thing going on because, for one, you want to use weapons, but you're a caster, so you want to use spells. But to make your spells good, you're going to lose weapon damage. But to make weapon damage good, you're going to lose out on spell feats. And then they've got this whole new thing with imbue dice. So if you try to focus on imbue dice, you're giving up everything else. Like I found my to hit was quite low, or well, not so low that it wasn't serviceable, but so low that I thought at endgame this will suffer. The damage wasn't so good that I would like be able to focus on one thing and know that was going to be my identity. So I'm kind of like in this weird spot where I'm trying to like balance all three. You know what I mean? So I don't know the build, guys. I'm just making it up as I go. Here I am thinking I'm a pro builder. Don't know what I'm talking about at all. So hit me up with like a pro EK build or a pro imbue build. Because I need to understand, I need to know, I need to get better for more content and more videos. So this is how I level, just jumping in quests, going as fast as I can. Some people find that not fun. However, I just don't have time because I'm a boomer.
How is it the slow way? I'm already at the end.
My girlfriend's boyfriend might kick me off the computer at any time, so I've got to go fast, get shit done, make most of the time that I've got. In this quest, like, you can just jump in pretty much, go this way that I'm going, basically go straight to the end to get some free XP. So, yeah, look, spinning all day, love that shit. Get that for like level 12, level 5, whatever it was. Heaps of damage, killing mobs, opening doors, using spells. It's that easy. It was a lot of fun, really. I took power attack for leveling, which is fine. Probably not so good at endgame. I mean, trying to get crits and stuff. Yeah, hit that lever, jump through there, run up the stairs. Make sure you got high dungeon alert. The higher your dungeon alert is actually like the better you are at the game, apparently.
You're not here.
So, obviously, another thing is, take people with you to help you, as long as they're kind. The community is very kind.
You thought you were... you fucking fool.
Yeah, you're an idiot, dude. You are a incel brainlet. Holy.
Yeah, very nice, kind community we have here. So there I am. Look, whole pack of mobs. all AFK in the base, and I'm just smashing my buttons. Tripping stuff, spinning, big cleave. I didn't take a single cleave, actually. Just the cleaves that you get from EK. Look at that. Deuce. Crit for like 1,000 damage, leveling. Love that.
So bad.
Easy game. Anyway, I'm actually just speaking over this video until something good happens. I had some other stuff to talk about, but we'll get there soon. Thanks for hanging on. Don't forget to hashtag like and subscribe. If we get to 1,000 subscribers, then we're making bulk cash, boys. And when we're making bulk cash, we're buying bulk boxes to do bulk builds. It'll be a good time. Here we are at endgame. I've randomly just swapped to daggers, which is not very synergistic. And as you know, a synergy is when, whatever, two things work together or something. I thought I was a bit of a god, so I've gone in without a hireling, without any friends, and I'm struggling. I'm trapped. Defense is not very good. Saves, not very good. And I'm fucking dead. It's like I was saying, I've used daggers. The reason I used daggers was because I had some ready. I didn't want to change to long swords and blah, blah, blah. It's just a bit of a pain in the ass. So that's not very synergistic, and that's one of the problems with the build that I had. Had to waste some AP getting charisma to hit and damage in the Fey Dark Illusionist tree. Not that it's so bad. However, let's just see what it's capable of here. All that, die charge DC, everything saves, a couple of cleaves, and it's all dead. No worries. Yeah, just jumping in here. This build can open doors. Not if they're locked, though. Bit of a challenge, no rogue levels. You could pop a rogue level in there if you're feeling really adventurous. But I dumped my int and my dex, so that would be kind of fucked. Maybe don't do that. And yeah, I guess against undead, kind of fucked. Like none of your spells really work. You do less damage and less crits. You get paralyzed because your saves are so bad. However, we do have this really sweet spin. Check that out. Boom, 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 boom. DPS, bruh. What else? I've obviously dressed myself up in all red because red is in vogue this season with the red wings, the red imbue dice, spell sword, effect, red armor, just all the good stuff. Shout at that guy because he doesn't do anything or I don't know what he does. Come around the corner and check out this mass hold. Boom! That's a DC 80 mass hold working in R1 level 3 at 33 content, boys. So don't stress too much. You can use spells and get the DCs that work in easy content. Yeah, you can have it all, I guess. You can have DPS and DCs. But, you know, your opinion on DPS may vary. Yeah, spinning, taking out whole packs of mobs. No worries. I should have just played a Fire Sork. Don't know why I decided to use daggers. Bit of a strange thing. Yeah, look at that damage. 374 first number. Okay. And a lot of things are also kind of immune to fire damage throughout this game, you'll come to find. And, like, I've specced into fire spell power for my imbue dice, and the amount of shit that is immune is just ridiculous. So I really should have just played pure Fire Sork to get the spell that, or the enhancement that removes fire invulnerability, fire immunity. So that's another problem with the build. You could play that fucking, what is it? The build that, the class, the race that gets the free fire immunity stripping. I think it's Tiefling. They get Scorch, which removes immunity to fire. Might be handy. There we are, dire charging a full pack of mobs. They all save. My dire charge DC is like 100 plus. It works in most content. But you probably want to be aiming for like 120. And that's part of the problem with being an EK. Doesn't really focus on tactical feats. I think I'm not even running True Seeing at the moment. Like, what an absolute disaster. Oh no, no Ghost Touch. What a fucking disaster. Yeah, check that damage, boys. It's not very much. But again, as I said, serviceable. Serviceable. And you probably get that imbue damage up to around 3,000 with your own debuffs. Yeah, and really you need to bring someone to help you heal because this build has absolutely no heals. And I don't recommend playing with absolutely no heals. Either get a friend, get a hireling, get some potions, or just a class that can heal itself because, yeah, struggling there, boys. Very tricky. And here's my DPS on a boss, I guess. Got Radiant Force Field to keep yourself alive a bit longer. No sneak damage, about 2,000 damage on the imbues there. Love that. A bit of extra acid damage from the Melt Fang or Melt Claw, whatever it is. Smooth. Smooth as a... But not say it. Yep, looting chests, finishing quests, being the best. It's that easy. Let's take a look at the build now in kind of a more involved way so you can understand what I've did to reach such a huge and impressive, like, you know, damage and... effectiveness, I guess. Yeah, big fat flex, boys. Okay, that was a bit weird. So for enhancements, I didn't take any in Fire Savant, which is where you get a lot of fire spell power. So that's a little bit of a noob move. But I did take most of the stuff in the EK up to tier 5 and the tier 4 core in Vistani Knife Fighter 4, the crit damage and stuff. There's the Night Strike and whatever, and the transformation for some HP. Very handy, cool stuff. And that cleave there, handy. And you can see I've just got some healing amp. This like racial tree is pretty useless. But if you were good and you were running like long swords or a great sword or something, you could use the Cormyrian Knight's training and have some actual synergy in the fucking build. What do we do here? Yeah, daggers. What a weird decision, daggers. Also Divine Might. That's the Charisma one, the Charisma version of Divine Might in the Favoured Soul Tree gives attack and damage and DC, so it's better. The other ones don't all give attack, which is kind of weird. Force's Point here, I believe that kind of gives you increased damage or spell power when you're using whatever. Destinies, I've gone all the way up in the legendary Dreadnought one for some reason. Reason being, I want to have some to hit and some like tactical DCs. But I don't know, it's a bit weird because you're, like as I said, the synergy just doesn't feel like it's there. Have to take the Impaler for the dagger crit damage. I really enjoy the Shadow Dancer trait. It's handy, and I got a couple of points here in Draconic Incarnation because that tier 3 one gives you 3 Imbued Ice, and at this stage I'm trying to focus on Imbued Ice and damage and spell power, so it's just like, what's going on? So I'm trying to find a few sources of Imbued Ice. You should probably run in like Fate Singer for this kind of build, I've been told, so I appreciate that feedback, and that's why I'm not the best yet. However, let's have a look at, I don't know, something else, like feats. Very important for a build. Arcane Warrior and Harbinger of Chaos, just ways to get more damage. Arcane Warrior procs off your Death Aura, so you get a little bit of, I don't know, AP, spell power. That stacks up to like 20 times, stacks with the Force's Point or whatever. Wellspring of Power gives universal spell power, and the Spell Sword for EKs actually scales off spell power. So you need to get spell power. I got Sign of the Plane of Fire because I'm Meme Lord, and I didn't really know what to pick. I guess it's got Imbued Ice. It's got some fire damage. Let's go. Got Greater 2-weapon fighting line. Force of Personality to get Charisma to your will saves. Wings, so I look pretty to everyone else's PCs. Precision. And I got Quicken and Extend because I don't want to take forever casting spells. And Extend is basically just for Tensors and Death Aura. So they're probably flexible. It's up to you. It's up to your playstyle. You can drop those if you want. Spells. I took almost no damage spells because I didn't think I'd do much damage. But I probably could have taken like more fire-related spells. Mass Hold's my only level 9 spell. It's pretty good. Otto's Irresistible Dance is really good for a mob that you need to control, like any Reapers or Champs, if you can just hold them. When it comes to gear here, I've tried to get... every single item is basically part of a set, right? I've got the Gem of Many Facets there with Volkul's Might and Moonlash's Ferocity. That took me so long to get like 3,500 kind of rerolls, worth of rerolls on threads there. And that's got the Braces of the Claw and the Dustless Boots to get those 2 sets. Then I used the Walking Ancestors set, which is the Helm, Cloak, and Armor from Isle of Dread, because that set gives 3 artifact bonus to Imbued Ice and like Charisma as an ability score. It might even be all ability scores. So that's pretty cool. And then on top of that, I'm 2-weapon fighting because the attuned weapons are part of the Dino set. So then you only need to get 3 other items to get the 5-piece set. And you can see I've got a ring there, got a belt there, and I've also got the Insightful Necklace. It's got Insightful Combustion Necklace. Probably not the best build gear-wise, but anyway. Also using this TOE set. They're the new sets because it's got artifact bonus to my fire spell power. And these goggles are insane because they have quality deadly and quality double strike. I feel like they're so strong. You almost need to work them into your builds if you can. If you're doing melee DPS, that is. My only item not in a set is my quality charisma gloves. Reason being is because sometimes I'll swap to gloves that have spell absorption. There's a lot of content where spell absorption will literally keep you alive. So yeah, that's basically it. Maybe we can check out what the DPS looks like or something. That's the build. That's what I've been doing. Hope you love the video. Let's check it out. Like I said, heaps of stuff is immune to fire damage. So when that happens, you can swap to your second element. Mine is kind of electricity, and it's a lot less DPS. And we'll just have a quick look. Rather than doing 2,000 a swing to 3,000, you do like, what, 100? Is that 100? No, I haven't swapped yet. Yeah, I have. Lying down on my ass, as always. Oh, it's like 1,600. So the damage isn't so far behind. And when it comes to these imbued ice, I've only got like 24. I know people say you can get up to like 40 with the correct filigrees and feats and everything. So this is just like a guide. It's not perfect. You can do way better. I'd love to hear what people think is better. But for now, I guess we'll see you all in the next video. Yeah. Cheers, boys. Peace.